Hey, what's up guys, this is Theo from Concept. So I've been getting this notification from this guy asking me how I create my intro. Before I can show you how I create my intro, we have to actually create this wallpaper for the intro. So that's what this video is about. Let's just get started. Welcome to Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. So first of all, I created this in Adobe Photoshop, so I'll go ahead and open Photoshop app and I'll click on File, click on New, then I'll leave my width and height just the way it is. I want it to be 1080p, so I'll just click OK. Okay, so yeah, the first thing was I changed my foreground color to black, then I created a gradient over it. So gradient, change it to radial, reverse it, and increase this to 1000. Then the next thing was to create the shapes. So let's just go ahead and create a group for this. So I'll create a group and call this shapes. I like using caps, so shapes. I'll grab my pen tool, make sure I change from path to shape. Then I'll set a color for it. So let's just go with this red. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create a random shape like so. You can see that as I click and move this around, it's creating that shape for us. Now what I actually did was I created one half of it, then I just reversed it. So let's just say this is the first shape. So I'll go ahead and create another shape on top of it. But this time around, I'm going to make it a darker red. So let's select a darker red like so. So I'll create it in between the other lines. So something like this. Hit enter on the keyboard. So the color is not changing. I'll just double click and change that. Now I want the darker color to be beneath, so I'll just go back to shape 1 and I'll select the darker color over here. So like so. So on top of shape 3, we expect to have a much lighter color. So let's just do that. So I'll bring it, let's undo and start from here. So maybe from here. Now obviously this is not going to be the same as the original, but like I said, for tutorial purposes, I'm just going to create a random one for you guys. Okay. Oops. So I'll check down here and I'll click down here so that everything will be at the bottom. Now I'll double click on this shape again and I'll change the color to a much lighter red. Something like this. Let's just change the lower one. Okay, so this is what I'm having. And the next thing is to import my image. So I'll go to Concept and I'll import the image of my logo. I'll put it right around here. Holding down Alt and Shift, I'll try to put this at the center. Now, in case you're using the older version of Photoshop, just hold down Ctrl and press R. This is going to bring up the rulers and you just click and drag. When you get to the center, it's just going to snap in. I'll just click and drag from the top to it will just snap like so. So once I've done that, I'll just bring back the move tool and resize this to maybe around something like this is okay. Okay, now we have two shapes, so I'll create a rectangle. You know what, I'll use the line tool and I'll make sure the color is set to black. Now I'll click and drag from one corner to the other corner. Now be sure that once you are doing this, you hold down Shift so that it will be horizontal. Now if I leave Shift, you see I can just move it around. So I'll hold down Shift and make it probably something like this is okay for me. Now duplicate this, Ctrl J or click and drag onto the new layer icon. Then I'll use my move tool whilst using the down arrow key. I don't want to be clicking and dragging, so I'll just use the down arrow key to move this over here. Now I can select these two and resize it later on, depending on however I want it. So I think this is okay for me. Okay, so I'll grab my type tool, then I'll be using the Verdana font, and I'll set it to around 10 points. So I type in our slogan, which is build, create, and design. Now obviously this is set to red, so I'll just pick the, no what, let's just sample this red color, and I'll change it to bold. Maybe we should decrease the size. I think it's a little bit too big, so probably 6, sorry. Then I'll just put it over here. So what I'll do is I'll increase the width of these lines, so something like so, and probably increase the size of the logo too, so something like that is okay. Now the next thing is to import the social media icons. So I already have it here, but unfortunately they are not looking the way I wanted them to look. So you can see this is how it's like. So I'll just paint in them, so something like this is okay. So let's just fill up Instagram. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just use the magic wand, which is this right here. I'll delete up all of these portion, the white parts. They're actually supposed to be circles, so I'll grab my ellipse tool. I'll click one time, create a circle 100 by 100, so that's a perfect circle, and I'll just hold down Alt and Shift, and I'll put this right around here. So let's bring that beneath so that we can see what we're doing. So something like this is okay. Now I'll change the color to white so that we can see what we are doing, and I'll go to Effects or FX. I'll click on Stroke. I'll change the stroke to inside, then I'll reduce the size to about 2. Now like I said, it can be different on yours, so don't be bothered if it is. So what I'm doing here is just duplicating the ellipses, and I'm just putting them at the places I want them to be. So I'll go ahead and right click, no, I'll highlight all of them, holding down Shift, right click, and go to rasterize layer style. So this is going to rasterize them along with their layer style. So once I'm done, I'll just merge them up so you have all of the circles being one. So I'll grab my magic wand again, then I'll just delete all the white parts away. Okay, so this is what I'm having. So now let's merge these two up. Now Control A will highlight everything, Control X will cut it, Control W will close it. So I'll paste it in here, Control V, and this is what I'm getting. So let's reduce the size to something like so, and put it right around here. Then I'll grab my type tool one more time, and I'll type in Arduino concepts. Okay, I'll highlight this. Now it's because my caps lock is on, so everything is being typed as that. You know what, I'll just leave it for this tutorial. So I'll just put this right around here, and basically that's how I created my wallpaper. So let's just jump into After Effects and animate this. Now before we can do that, obviously we will have to be importing the images. So let's just make sure that everything is aligned perfectly. So let's put this at the center. I'm just using the arrow keys on my keyboard. So I'll go to File, and I'll go to Export. I want to export all of these as PNG files. So under Export, I'll go to Layers to Files. So it's going to export every layer as an independent file. So I'll browse where I want to put it. I want to put it on my desktop, so I'll check desktop and click OK. Now the preface, let's just call this let's just leave it as Untitled, and I don't want it to be a JPEG. A JPEG file will always come with a background, so I'll change it to a PNG-24. Then I'll just click on Run. So this is going to run for a couple of seconds, and it should be done any moment from now. Okay, so this is done. Now let's jump into After Effects. Whilst After Effects is loading up, I'd like to open the individual file so that you see what happened. So you can see everything we saved so far is an independent file on its own. You can see from here. So this is what we are going to be, this is what we are going to be using for our animation. So let's just close this up. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to watch more of our videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concepts, and I'll see you in the After Effects tutorial.